all moves are kind of losing, but this hastens the defeat here, as now after bishop to a6, Pragg goes king e5. He's really hoping that I'll take on c4, because after king d6 takes and rook c5, this is still technically winning after rook h8, but if I accidentally trade the towers here, this is a simply known as a theoretical draw, because the bishop is the wrong color here of the queen square. This bishop is a light square b, whereas the queen square for the pawn is a dark square, and the game ends in a draw. Now keep in mind, of course, this endgame after rook c5, rook h8 is still winning, because what I'll do is I'll just put the bishop on b3 and take the pawn on h2 and eventually win this game, but there's no need to go for this. So after king e5, I instead go king g6, rook h4, and now I go king g5 here. Very important move, because white can't guard the pawn, and beyond that, white can't win this pawn on c5 either, since I'm now harassing the rook with my king. So Pragg plays rook to h3. Now I take the pawn. At this point, Pragg probably could have resigned, but sort of, I think, out of inertia and just disappointment, he plays on. But the result now is never in doubt. I'm going to win this game. Pragg checks. I go king h6. He now goes e4, and I play this move rook c6. Now this may be the last important move of the game to play, because it cuts off this king from infiltrating on the 6th rank. If I go bishop f7, white still has king f6, bishop h5, something like e5, e6, and there still are some chances to get a miracle, swindle, and baby draw the game. But when I go rook c6 here, now the king has no squares. The king cannot pass here, and the technique is very simple. I'm going to bring the bishop back, keep the rook to cut the king, and then just start pushing p up the c file. So Pragg goes king f5. Now I go bishop to f7 here. Again, king has no entries. The rook and the bishop simply cover the squares, and I'm just going to go c4, c3, c2, and c1. Pragg goes king e5. I play c4. He goes king d4. Now I check, and he plays move king c5. White could go king c3 here, but after rook b6 followed by rook b3, this is also simply winning. So he goes king c5, I play rook d3, and now he goes king b4, and here I play the most precise move, which is rook to b3 check. Now I could simply trade the rooks here and win the game with the king moving forward, because basically what happens here is that both of the white pivots are simply blockaded by the bishop and the king, and white can never eat the juicer on a4, because then I have c3, king can't go back, bishop covers the square, and I just push p, get a queen, and win the game. But I'm not really in the mood at this point in the game to do anything silly, keep the game going, even to showcase the theme. So instead, I ended on the swap by playing rook to b3 check. Pragg takes the pawn on a4, and now I swap the rook on g3, and here Pragg resigns. Now white could, of course, trade the rooks here, but after c takes b3, king c3, king g5, I'm just going to gobble the two juicers, and then with the two connected pawns, it'll be an easy win. So after rook b3, we get king a4, I take, and now Pragg resigns the game, because after he takes the rook, I go c3, and the king cannot go to this b3 square. It's simply covered, and after king b4, c2, the pawn gets to the end of the board. It will promote to a queen, and I will win the game. So after rook takes g3, Pragg resigns the game, and with that victory, at least temporarily, I move into a share for first place in the event. Now, as I look at this, I do see that the final game of the round is still going, and it does look like Jan Nepomniachtchi is going to win, so he's going to maintain his lead by a half point over me as we head into the 12th round tomorrow, where I will play with the white pieces against none other than Alireza Firouzja, who won a very nice crushing game against Nijat Abasov today. So I'm a half point out of the lead, but I am shared second place with D Gukesh, also from India. Tomorrow is going to be another big day. I have the white piece against Alireza, and we will simply see how it goes. So on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this recap from the 11th round of the